Hello, welcome back. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about Aweber because there's a lot going on. Now, if you ever get stuck on this website, you really just need to read everything because there isn't really a lot of clutter, but there's a lot of there's new terms and there's terminology. So up the top we have my account, my apps, help, logout. You can more or less ignore these things. My account, if it's something to do with money, any actual work that you need to do, you need to be looking at this top area. This will give you a good idea of what you're looking at. Current list. Now, I have a few mailing lists. Now think of a list as being literally a list of names and email addresses. You have different lists. So one list, if you created a list for DIY, would not be the same list as this screenwriting website because the people are interested in different things. You would create a different list for each. Presumably, you'd have different websites. So you might find that for every squeeze page or every niche you're working in, you will have a different list. If you work in slightly related lists, you can cross-sell. You can send the same offer to all your lists, but that's a different matter. So right now, I'm in my list, and the first thing I did, what I've done just now, is create a mailing list. That's like buying a piece of paper or a notepad to enter your name and email addresses into. If you don't have a list, you'd only be sending them into thin air. Messages up the top. Now this is where you decide upon emails to be sent out to your list. A broadcast is one that gets sent out to the list now. It's not scheduled. A follow-up, you can create follow-up messages. One to arrive in 7 days, one to arrive in 14 days, one to arrive in 21 days. And let's imagine the one that arrives a week after people sign up has another free giveaway. The one 2 weeks suggests a product. The one 3 weeks after they sign up suggests a giveaway. This is how you monetize it. You monetize it with your follow-up. If you find a great, timely affiliate offer, or you just feel like, making some money from your list, you would do a broadcast, and that would get sent out when you said it would get sent out immediately. Follow-up is an automated thing. Subscribers, when people start joining your list, you're gonna deal with them here. If you need to remove one or add one manually or block one or anything like that. And web forms. Now this is what we're going to be looking at next. We've created our list, but there's no way for people to join it. There is no form. Excuse me, one sec. Okay, we're back. There is nothing here. There is no opt-in form. Okay, we need to create this. We've created the mailing list that people will join. And when they do join, they will eventually find their way through the system we talked about. Remember, they sign up here, they see your thank you page, they check their email, they confirm using a link in their email, and they finally end up at confirmation.htm, and that gives them their download link. The problem is there is no opt-in form in the first place. They can't even begin to get onto that chain of events, if you will. So we need to create an opt-in form, and you do that using the web forms area. That's this tab here. My lists, if you need to create a list or change anything about a list. Web forms is to create this little bit of code here. Finally, current list at the top left, Screen John. That's the name of this mailing list. Create a new web form. When I speak about an opt-in form, this is what I'm talking about. Now let's go through this. Create a new web form. Loading. Okay. Right. Design is the first of 3 steps. Settings, publish, design. Now, Honestly, this is something you can figure out yourself. It's pretty self-explanatory. This little thing here is the form. Eventually, this will appear here. Do you see where this is going? You design it here, you'll be given a little bit of code that you paste in, and it will appear here. The more you customizing this, so you see, now I could sit all day and explain how to do this. You're gonna have to figure out yourself. Edit. I don't really want this here. I don't really want the footer. It's pretty self-explanatory. Right. Save web form. Save. We're not interested in this. Go to step 2. Form name. Why would you need to give the form a name? Some people, or further down the line, you may have a few versions of this page. It's called split testing. And you may have different forms. You may have different designs here. You know? And you may wish to test them against each other, which is why giving them different names like form 1, form 2 is important right now. Yeah, we can go with default. Thank you page. This is important. Go to custom page. Use your own URL. johnandrewcameron.com/thankyou.html. Now I realize I'm going slow here, but this is confusing if you haven't done it before. So let's just try that out. This page works, this link works. So do you see what's going to happen here? They're going to put their name and email into this form and be taken to this page, which tells them to check their inbox for the confirmation email we've already set up. The confirmation email takes them here. This page takes them to content.tada, the free content, which by the way, I'm going to tidy up before we put this live. I'm not going to bother with this. If you know, this is like earlier on, they asked you for company details. You can go ahead. I'm not going to. I'm just getting the bare bones. In future videos, we can come back and tweak this and everything else. Save web form. Go to step 3. Publish. This is the end of the line. You could do what I've done here, and you could install it as I'm about to do, and set up one follow-up message suggesting an affiliate product, an affiliate link. And then if you sent traffic to this web page, when the form's in, if you sent traffic to this web page, you could start making money. This is the bare minimum that you have to do. I've got my free content. The free content is given away, and then you can suggest one affiliate offer. It's a poor system. It's not polished, but that is the bare minimum. So the work, as it were, the minimum commitment is almost complete. I will install my form. That is what I'll do. I will install my form. JavaScript snippet. See this little bit of code here? This is what we're looking for. Look how little it is. We're just going to copy that. And, oh, that's for something else. That's a project. I'll have to resume. You'll have to excuse me. This is a screenwriting tips ebook, and the reason I've chose this is because I actually work in the film industry. So that was some storyboarding. A lot of times when you watch podcasts or video casts, people seem to have strangely empty computers where their own details and their own files, I don't seem to see them when they're doing video run-throughs. As you watch these videos with me, you will see that this is the same computer I use for my everyday work, so things like that are going to happen. So here we go. We got the code. We got this code here, and we copied it. And watch what happens. I'll paste it here. Oh, it doesn't work. It does not work. Why does the form not show up? The form does not show up because I'm looking at it in something called design view. Now in this program, front page, which I know gets a lot of criticism, but it works for me. A bad workman blames his tools, as they say. I'm going to click on code. And in code is where you put it. Go back to design, save it. It doesn't show up, but it does show when you go in preview. Right? That looks good. That's starting to look good. Very quickly, I've gone back to this control panel, which is where I upload files. By clicking on upload files, I am going to click on index.htm. All I've done here is just re-upload, this page. Okay, this is live. johnandrewcameron.com. Enter my name, Drew Cameron. You can see I've tested this a few times. Hotmail.com. Submit. To my thank you page. Please check your inbox for your confirmation email and download link for your free ebook. I will. Might just have to wait a minute for that to come in. Oh, do you see this? Do you see this at the bottom? Do you see this at the bottom? That is from me. Now, I'll go to that. I apologize for any of my emails. Again, as I said, this is a working computer. We received your request for information from the screenwriting group. Before we begin, we need to be certain we have your permission. Continue by visiting the link below. Click. Where does this take me? Where does it take me? Confirmation. And that's my book. Great. That is the basic system up and running. See you in the next video.